is the front row of the grid for the B final of the British Rallycross Grand Prix. The winner will qualify for the A final, and that decides who is going to be the overall winner. And to use a hackneyed word, in a sensational position there is Grand Prix driver from the Tyrrell 3.5 litre team of 1987, Jonathan Palmer, the world champion in his class. This is the first time he's driven in Rallycross, and here he is on the front row of the grid in the B final. And in his car we have a camera, so hopefully we're going to have some pretty terrific pictures. But in pole position is the Swedish driver, young Dan Andersson, 23 years old, in his first season in the Ford RS200 turbocharged ex-Group B rally car, which has been converted for Rallycross. And on the right-hand side of the grid is the 4 times British champion, Trevor Hopkins, number 2, 38 years old. But in the back row of the grid is John Welch, number 7, in his amazing new 650 horsepower Opel X-Track, in which he had a puncture earlier today, which resulted in him qualifying on the last rank of the grid of the B final. But if he wins this, he could qualify for the A final, as could, of course, all the others. So there's going to be some pretty sensational competition in this, because alongside Welch on the back row of the grid in the red Lancia S4 Delta is the man who won the C final, second in the European Championship of 1987, the Finnish driver Matti Alamaki. So stand by for blast-off. And away they go. And Palmer gets a terrific lead. Jonathan Palmer leads into the first corner. The British Grand Prix champion, world champion of 1987 in the 3.5 litre class, is absolutely searing down, tumble downhill into the left and the right, up Halewood Hill, and he's leading very convincingly. John Welch looks as though he's in trouble at the rear, at the back of the track, but he's making up places already, as in this 4.5 lap B final, Jonathan Palmer, there he goes, number 78, 31 years old, comes from Dogmersfield. He is a fully qualified doctor. That doesn't matter now, because just look at the way he is going in his first Rallycross meeting. And Matti Alamaki is coming up through the field. Look at him, he is in 5th position. He's come through from the rear of the grid to 5th position in just 1 lap. It's Palmer leading. In 2nd position, it is Vidor, the Dutch driver, the Norwegian driver. Then in 3rd position, it is number 32, Dan Andersson, who is in pole position on the grid, and that is the situation at the moment. But watch Vidor, because he is going extremely well. Here he is coming up in 2nd place behind Jonathan Palmer, still leading. Jonathan looking as though he has been in Rallycross all his life, which he most certainly has not. And it's a terrific end of season for Dr. Jonathan Palmer, because last weekend he won the rally sprint event here at Brands Hatch against the cream of rally drivers and other Grand Prix drivers. But look at the battle behind Palmer with Vidar Southern in the Terrier Ski Ford X-Track Escort in 2nd place. And now we're in the lead with Jonathan Palmer approaching the chicane at the end of the 1st lap. It was 2nd gear there, now accelerating away, 3rd, 4th, up into 5th gear before paddock turn, over 100 miles an hour. Then down through the gearbox, down, tumble downhill, off the Grand Prix circuit, onto the infield, down towards the S's, left, right. Now the 4-wheel drive can grip back on the tarmac, sprint up Halewood Hill, into Druids Hill Bend, 3rd gear, keeping tight to the right to prevent anybody getting through there. Now line it up for Langley's Gap. Now we're off the tarmac, back onto the cinders. It's giving good grip though, it's up to 100 miles an hour. Across the finish line, now down through the gearbox again, braking hard, bearing right, dropping down, Hoppy's drop, back onto the Grand Prix circuit, and that's a lap with Jonathan Palmer in the lead. 2 laps to go now. Palmer still coolly and calmly leading Vidor Southern in 2nd position. Now in 3rd position, It's Tore Brackley, the Norwegian driver in the Metro 6R4 with twin turbos. There he is, number 36, Brackley, the Norwegian. That car developed some 700 horsepower, but still Vidor Southern can do nothing about Jonathan Palmer, who is about to start his last lap. If he wins this, it is indeed going to be a famous victory for number 78, the X-Track Escort. That's the car that John Welch drove last year, the 1985 Rallycross Grand Prix winner. Southern in second place, Brackley third, Matti Alamaki fourth. He's not going to qualify for the final. Palmer into the chicane for the last time. He's been caught by Southern, but it's dry. He puts all the power, over 600 horsepower. This car develops more horsepower than Jonathan Palmer's single-seater 3.5-litre Grand Prix Tyrrell, in which he won the World Championship in his class in Grand Prix racing this year. He is up Hillwood Hill. He's into Druids Hill Bend for the last time. He's got to line it up for Langley's Gap. Palmer looks as though he's going to win if he can get through Langley's Gap ahead of Southern, and he's doing it, and Southern ahead of Brackley. Palmer is going to win, and Palmer does just that. He wins and qualifies for the A final after an absolutely magnificent drive.